Today's episode should really give us an idea of whether we can or cannot challenge for that league title. You can see that goal scorer wise, our own Ivan Toney and Keane Lewis Potter are banging them in. Although Tammy Abraham is doing something similar for Brighton, who we play today. In the second game of the episode, we've Sheffield Wednesday away, then Brighton at home just 3 days afterwards, which is frustrating for it to come midweek. Which means I'm probably going to rotate a little bit against Wednesday. The gap to Brighton is 11 points. If we close it to 8 and issue them their first defeat of the league season in today's episode, then maybe they'll falter for the rest of the year and we could catch them. If they beat me and extend their lead to at least 14 points, if not more if I don't get a result against Sheffield Wednesday and they beat Coventry, then I'd be pretty concerned that we wouldn't catch them at all. We will get to the halfway point in the season today. Exactly. Sheffield Wednesday, Brighton and Reading will take us to the exact halfway point of the league season, and then we've also the quarter-final of the Carabao Cup to play, which actually I'm going to play. I'm going to rotate a bit for Sheffield Wednesday, play that though. We'll sim Reading and then play West Brom. But to start with, it's going to be Sheffield Wednesday, who are in the relegation zone. So it should be pretty straightforward. Or do I sim this one with Sheffield Wednesday in the relegation zone? It is away. Ready? Okay. I've outthought myself. And yes. Again, on the 1st of the month, Josh Emmanuel has broken his toe. For the second time this season, he's broken the same toe again. So Bayer comes in for Josh Emmanuel on the right-hand side of our defensive line, and Fleming will go back to the bench. Frustrating for Josh, frustrating for me, frustrating for everyone. Jack Barr is still out injured as well, so that's how we look going into this one. Rob Wallace continuing with that starting spot for the time being. I can't not really rotate a little bit with that game against Brighton coming up on the horizon. We'll start Honeyman and Doherty ahead of Wallace, and Fleming can go in ahead of Elder, and then McLaughlin can go in for Burke. Hopefully we can still get a result though. It's a toss-up, isn't it? Do you sim the home game against the side that are higher in the league, or do you sim the away game against the side that are in the relegation zone? The answer is you sim the away game against the side that's in the relegation zone. James Scott with a brace and Charlie Barnett with 1-2. We get a win away from home at Hillsborough as Brighton beats Coventry. So the gap is still 11 points. They're almost at 60 points. We're not even at the halfway. Brighton are on for like 130 points this season. Absolutely ridiculous year from them so far. Burke's, he's fine. He'll play through this. I just dropped him because of the fixture list, so let's not take too much for granted. Confidence counts, but we are confident right now. So let's go and use that confidence and try and get a result against Brighton. I have no idea how hard this is going to be. You can see their starting lineup there. Ryan, Never, Clark, Bender, Brianson and Lamptey. McAllister, Kakare, Rongier, Edouard and Tammy Abraham. Slightly tired from their game against Coventry. So maybe the opportunity to... Oh, flurries. There you go. I've just seen that. Let me quickly customise and ensure that we actually play with a different ball. Winter ball, please. Is there a default winter ball? Or not a default winter ball? Is there an actual... I've never done this before. No, it used to give you just the winter ball when it said season winter, but it's not triggering as giving you a winter ball. Okay. Oh God, there are so many... I never realised there were so many balls on FIFA. FA Cup Winter. EFL Delta Max Flow Winter Ball. There we go. That's the one that I want. I don't know why it doesn't default to that during the winter season, but regardless, we should now have a white pitch with orange lines and, thankfully, a winter ball. I'm glad I noticed that, because of all the games where you don't want to have some visual issues, it's the one against the team that have won 19 of their 21 games so far this year. Right, Brighton's starting 11 you saw, rather typically, it has snowed, but apparently we've had undersoil heating installed and the snow has been melted away. We have the orange lines, but I now don't need the yellow ball. The one time I actually notice, and then I don't actually need it. Oh, how typical. How absolutely typical. What's the betting next time I notice that it snows at home? I'm like, it's fine. We've got undersoil heating now, so we won't need it. I won't change the ball. I'll use the regular white one, and it will be a snowy pitch. Unreal. Tarek Lamptey, actually defends that very well indeed. I was hoping to lure him in and then send Keane Lewis Potter in behind. We'll stay at 0-0 after 5 minutes, but we've got Brighton on the back foot, at least to start, with them wondering whether they will be able to hold us out for the full 90. Malik Wilkes could go again. He did, but with their 5 at the back, as is all of the 5 at the backs this year in the Championship, we'll find it difficult against so many defenders. But Ivan Toney doesn't care how many defenders are back there. He's going for a knee slide in the snow. Hull 1, Brighton 0 in the 9th minute. Is this the moment that everything changes? Inside to Kakare. Getting some Cambridge RTG flashbacks with a Brian Son in their starting lineup, although he's in defence rather than in attack. Rob Wallace not necessarily covering himself in glory there with allowing the ball to just hit him. Thankfully, Conor Gallagher steps in as his midfield partner and does the defensive work that Wallace wasn't able to do there. I'm waiting on your feedback in the last episode, or from the last episode. You guys haven't seen it at the moment of me recording this, as to whether Wallace continues in our starting line. I could have said Ivan Toney through. As whether Wallace continues in our starting lineup with his has potential to be special tag, or whether you want me to continue on with the higher rated Greg Doherty. It's got an absolute worldie yesterday, Rob Wallace. But certainly hasn't started this game well, although that was perhaps my poor choice of pass there. Edouard is one of the most dangerous strikers that we could possibly face at Championship level, if not the most dangerous striker we could face at Championship level. He and Tammy Abraham, I imagine, are quite the partnership, but Sturgis is working very hard to ensure that Brighton don't get themselves back level in this game. And on the counter-attack, we could extend our lead. Barnett to Rob Wallace will drop back onto that left foot. And I've delayed in the pass or shot. That's my fault again. Poor Rob Wallace, trying to earn himself a spot in the team, and I keep misusing him. It's not necessarily helping with the decision to keep him in the starting lineup or not, is it? Birmingham take a 1-0 lead against Nottingham Forest, so they're going to continue to put the pressure on us from behind. In third, in this game of first versus second. Again, that's a poor decision from me, and the ball given away by Rob Wallace. It's typical, isn't it? I'm like, should he start or should he not? And then every time he's on the ball, I do something wrong with him. It's not necessarily his fault. Rongier, I'm going to lunge with that. Freeze Alexis McAllister and level a Brighton and Hove Albion. And that's been coming, and it's all my fault for continuing to make mistakes in midfield. Briançon into Rongier, across to McAllister. Lovely dinked ball forward to Tammy Abraham. And Odsonne Edouard has Tammy with him. I see movement all around. They've got an overload on both sides. Tarek Lamptey tries to dink it into the middle, and Elder will get in the way of the corner. I hadn't contemplated drawing with Brighton, actually. I thought either we'll beat them and take away their invincible record, or they'll beat us and just race away even further with the league title. Moda on for their goalscorer, Alexis McAllister. It's a decent clearance, actually, from Malik Wilkes. Can I get to that first with Keane Lewis Potter? I can't. And now here they come through Carlos Neva. Tarek Lamptey again. So difficult to deal with that pace on the right-hand side. And out wide here is Odsonne Edouard, the former Celtic man, tackled by Bayard. And we're doing just enough defensively so far to keep ourselves level. Foul given on the edge of the box. Yep, foul going to be given. Advantage was played, but there was no advantage to be had. And from the free kick, Rongier could give them the goal to go in front. They've taken Tarek Lamptey off, actually. Brought on Wage, the former Barcelona man. He's dummied it, and something from the training ground that doesn't work. Stirs you there. Just challenge and get rid of this. Do something, someone please. We are really under pressure here from Brighton. In the battle against the Invincibles of the Championship. Not quite to the same standard of Arsenal, Thierry Henry, Patrick Vieira and co, but certainly causing me troubles. And Brighton lead by 2-1 in the 64th minute. And not only might they be staying invincible, but the amount of wins that... That's a celebration I've not seen before. The amount of wins they're going to keep getting is going to continue as well. They've only won... Sorry, they have only not won 2 of their 21 games so far. And with that goal, they might well be making it 20 wins from 22 games. Unless we can find an equaliser. And now on the counter-attack, we might be in trouble again. Elder has Odson Edouard covered in the middle, but now there's an overlap again. They just have so many men in defence, and then when they counter, they have so many men in attack as well, Brighton. It's no surprise to see them where they are in the table with the way that they've played today, nor no surprise to see them having the record they have this year in the league. Here's Moder. Oh, Tammy on his left foot, furious with himself for missing the target. Had it been on target, I think it might well have snuck in that bottom corner. Bowl this up quickly with George Long. Come on, lads, counter-attack time. Wallace is there, through the gap looking for Charlie Barnett. Oh, it's a loose touch from Barnett. Somehow keeps hold of possession, gets away from Matt Clark. Right, still the chance remains then to get a late equaliser here. Keep ourselves at 11 points behind. Oh, Brighton, rather than it jumping to 14, but it looks like it's going to jump to 14. Annoyingly. They've been the better side, I can't deny that. They did get their first goal because of my mistake, but the second one for them was very well put together. And, oh, they might have been in for a third there. Speaking of the number 3, there are 3 minutes added on here at the end of the game. It's now or never for us. We have to score with this attack. Malik Wilkes has support from Bayard, who's on the overlap. Can work it centrally. Ivan Toney. No! Vital interception from Matt Clark, and that's the difference. I was looking to set Malik Wilkes in behind, and there's the final whistle. The Invincibles will remain invincible, and their winning run continues. Top of the table and the title, I would go as far as to saying, is done already. We said so, perhaps even at an earlier stage last season, and Villa did run out winners of the league. After 22 games, they have 62 points. I've never known anything like it. Even Villa weren't this good. And they got 110 points last season. Unbelievable. We're on 48, which is a hell of a tally for just 22 games. We're on for getting 90 plus points ourselves. The gap to Birmingham is 8 points. The gap to Birmingham and Bournemouth is 8 points. Up next for us, Reading. And, well, I'd very much like to bounce back from that defeat if we can, please. For some reason it didn't show me the lineups for this Reading game. So they're playing a similar formation to us, just sat slightly deeper, as you can see there. Raphael, Gazdag, Moore, Tuimoma, Shackleton, not Jamie, a different Shackleton. Mete, Araruna, Rinamota, Ajario, Swift, and Aziz is their 11. Rinamota with a little back heel to Aziz. Rinamota again, Ajaria, runner down the line we had to track. Got a lot of bodies forward here, Reading. You can see they've got basically a line of 5 across the edge of the box. They've committed that many men forward. Here's Gazdag forward from left back. If I get them on the counter here, it would be... Oh, he's offside, which means their defensive line will drop back. That's annoying. We could have caught them literally 2v2 at the back. Keep going, Bayard. Keep going. Good lad. Keep going, Bayard. Good lad. And we're in behind. Ivan Toney's there. Look at Lewis Potter on the far side. Oh! It was a terrible pass looking for Lewis Potter, but it very nearly ended up with Reading putting the ball in the back of their own net. Luke Moore. Not the best of clearances. Certainly not for the heart rate of Reading fans, anyway. Wallace with this throw after a frustratingly poor corner. Barnett to Wilkes. There's Ivan Toney quickly to Lewis Potter, but misplaced the pass. Not good enough in the opening 15 minutes. Need to be better. Swift into Aziz. Mete, early shot. Poor, driven hard and low and off the base of the post. Tucked inside from that right wing roll. And, well, that was really well struck. With pinpoint accuracy if he was aiming for the post, which you don't think he was, but unlucky not to have given Reading the lead there. In the process of that highlight, they were telling us that Brighton had just taken, unsurprisingly, a 1-0 lead away from home against Preston. So, they're not letting up. We can't let up either. Ivan Toney, no, it was meant for Charlie Barnett. And he's just left it, let it run. And it's gone away to a defender. Lewis Potter will go to Charlie Barnett again. 5-star weak foot. Blocked well. Oh, it was meant for Keane Lewis Potter. I just haven't been good enough in this episode so far in these played games. And that's been the difference. I can't find the right pass at the right time. Minamoto. Give me that. Well in, Reese-Burke. Nicely done. Wallace quickly forward to Tony. Is that the right pass at the right time? It might well be. Keane Lewis Potter's got the acceleration to get away. And from here, you've always faith in him. Hull 1, Reading 0. But we went 1-0 up against Brighton, so we won't get carried away. But still Hull 1, Reading 0. So we'll be happy enough for now. Ajaria again. Gazdag. Hell of a name at left back for them. I don't know anything about Gazdag, to be honest. More pushing forward from centre back. Nice tackle. And now the counter. The counter is on, he says, as one of the worst passes you've ever seen. Gives the ball straight back to Reading. A little bit of misdirection to send the defender one way than the other. And Wilkes inside to Charlie Barnett. The way that Reading throw men forward, we are going to have chances on the counter in this game. If we can get the right passes. Look at Wallace on the edge of the box. Rob Wallace. Blocked well by the defender. Looks like it's going to be 1-0 to us at half-time. But I'll take that after the defeat against Brighton. I'll take 1-0 at full-time as well, if you don't mind. As Brighton take a 2-0 lead against Preston. For crying out loud, someone stop them. Free kick in a really good spot for Reading here. In stoppage time, John Swift to take it. And for the second time in this first half, Reading hit that left-hand post. They are not going to be getting much luck, it seems, in this game. Although that could all change after half-time. They might get loads of luck and actually still have another chance. How has the referee not blown for half-time yet? Get out. Jesus, ref, you should have blown for half-time as soon as the free kick was clear. Talk about extending the half further than it needed to go, making me work harder to hold on to my lead. Don't do that in the second half, please, if the scoreline is still 1-0. Thank you very much. Maybe we should try and score a second just to ensure that we don't have any more nervy moments like that. Well, that's a ping and a half. Joao on for Aziz up top for them. Didn't quite work for them in the first half, so fair play. Not wait until the hour mark or so. If it's not working, change it, and they have done at half-time. Been unlucky to hit the post twice, to be fair. Barnett's in behind here. I said I wanted a second just to seal this out. And Wilkes provides it. Just held my breath for a moment there and paused to concentrate to ensure we got the right finish. And we did. There is that second goal I wanted. Thank you very much, Malik. That'll do very nicely. Sturgeon. Oh, that was supposed to go all the way out to Malik Wilkes. That's not gone well at all, has it? Here's John Swift. Barnsley 2-0 up against Brentford. That's a lovely through ball, and Araruna with an early shot that's comfortably held by Long. Reading meant business there, and Gazdag's flying forward. Now he's in a almost central midfield role. He's drifted back to left back. Obviously, just players out of position briefly and filling in for each other. Where do we send this? I got Charlie Barnett making moves. Ivan Toney's passing really isn't good enough. That's one thing I've noticed. He is not very good at building play. Mete, good block by Callum Elder. Needed that. Mete's been unlucky to hit the post once in this game. Now he's had another really good opportunity denied by a defender on this occasion. And Callum Elder has got him in his back pocket in this second half. Conor Gallagher. Loose pass again with the opportunity of a good counter-attack. Reese-Burke destroying the Reading front line. Okay, we're really starting to show a bit of dominance now. Look at Malik Wilkes racing through. Charlie Barnett's got 1 assist to Wilkes already in this game. And now he has 2. That is game over. Sorry, Reading. You tried, but you're 17th for a reason. And we're 2nd for a reason. And we're showing that now. Minamoto with the ball over the top to Ajaria. Back to Gazdag. Well, if Reading had no luck in the first half, things had just gotten worse for them in the second. That's a poor ball, actually, although Keane Lewis Potter will get there. Yeah, no, they've got no luck. I'm sorry, Reading. I feel harsh. 4-0 is a bit unfair. As initially their pass forward that has pinged directly to my striker, and then I misplaced this pass from Malik Wilkes. He's trying to lift it into Ivan Toney. It's gone all the way to Lewis Potter, who just nods it in front of him and then finishes it off. We deserve the win, but 4-0 is a bit much. 13th goal of the season, by the way, for Keane Lewis Potter from left wing. He really is going to be one of the best players we've ever used in career mode on this channel. Not necessarily the highest rated, but to be so effective, so consistently, and grow so well, definitely one of the best players we've used. I think Barnett was offside there. He was. 12 to go. Consolation goal for Reading, perhaps? They could have had 2, at least, in this game, with the 2 that hit the post. 1 from the free kick and 1 from open play. Lucas João to Puskás, who's come off the bench. He's trying his luck, but his luck is just as bad as the rest of his teammates throughout the course of this game. They could have played João through there. They still have. And he will still score. It's nothing more than a consolation for Reading, unfortunately for them, but still very well put together. And if those aforementioned efforts to hit the post had gone in, it'd be 4-3 right now, and we'd be really worried that we might not be winning this game. As it happens, we've absolutely no cares in the world right now because we're certainly getting the victory here by a really good margin. Our goal difference takes another notch heavily into the positive. Oh, unfortunately can't find Rob Wallace there. And we march on towards the second automatic promotion spot. I don't know how Birmingham are doing on this particular match day. Gap behind us was 8, them and Bournemouth. But Brighton, last I heard, were winning and winning well in their match day. 23 this is actually, and this is exactly the halfway stage. Brighton win 4-0 against Preston. What's this? Oh, bloody veteran player. We've seen unbeaten sides in career modes before, but it's always been in other leagues. It's always been other divisions where teams have gone and done an invincible season. Never one that I've actually been involved in. But Aston Villa gave it a good old go last season and faltered before the halfway stage. Brighton, remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. Birmingham have dropped points. Bournemouth have not. 8 points to gap to Bournemouth. 10 points to gap to Birmingham. We are 17 points inside the playoffs. You could call the season here and say, well, that's us up then. But you know what I'm like. Certainly might not be that straightforward. Let's go and play West Brom in this cup game. I'm actually going to rotate the 11 to give these reserve players the chance to continue their good form in this competition. Previously, I haven't played with them in this competition, but they're going to get the opportunity here to actually get some first-team football with me controlling them rather than just a straight simulation. We'll put Dave Gunn in for Charlie Barnett. And, oh no, Cam not sent forward. And then Josh McGuinness, who is not going to be with us for much longer, actually, is he? Can go onto the bench. I'll actually do the same with Charlie Barnett. And actually, Greaves can get a game as well. Not ahead of McLaughlin, ahead of Sturgeon. Okay, there we go. Right. Poor side comparatively from us, but West Brom, actually, look, it's not too dissimilar to the side that they played against us in the league recently, is it? So this should be quite a difficult game. And actually, just seen the kits. Going to change that. That is definitely a bit of a kit clash, isn't it? And it has saved the ball that I changed to. I only meant to do it for the one game, and it saved it. And we played with it in the last one as well. So we'll change that back to default, and hopefully it'll be fine. I don't think it said that it was snowing. West Brom can play in their home kit. That'll be absolutely fine. That's the best way to avoid any kit clashes. Right then, showers. Yes, rain, not snow. Precipitation of some sort, but not quite cold enough for snow. Field. And the corner to Carol. Over the top to Ayorke. Got a good result against West Brom in the league recently. Was it 5-0? Our biggest win of the season at that moment in time. I think that's what we titled the episode as well, wasn't it? So we know that we can beat them, although with this 11, I'm not sure. Ourselves and West Brom are the only two remaining championship sides in the competition at this quarter-final stage. The rest are all Premier League teams. He's gotten away from me there nicely, actually. And we've gotten a good block with McLaughlin. Can we get there with Bayard? We can. Adelican's not going to get to that first, though, and West Brom continue to come forward here. Field out wide to Carroll. Bayard having to play every game today, as Josh Emmanuel obviously injured, and we don't have any other right-backs I could use. Cordova back to Field, and West Brom been in good possession here, and will get themselves a good goal too. 1-0 to the Baggies after 20 minutes. Bayard to Adelican. Short there to Honeyman. Into James Scott. And there's Doherty. And Dave Gunn is there. It's James Scott the ball's going to find first. Trying to fight very hard to keep possession away from the defender. They had a good spell of possession play that led to a goal. Can we do the same? Honeyman didn't quite get the spin I was after there. Scott, though, did get the spin I was after, but not the finish. Our first chance of the game goes wide of the target. Just couldn't quite wrap his foot all the way around it. Not firing on all cylinders in this one. Although I can definitely feel the difference between this 11 and my regular 11. Just shows the difference that we've had in this save, because it wasn't too long ago we were playing every game with a team that was rated about this. We kind of came up from the third tier into this second tier, from League One into the Championship, with a side like this that I'm playing with now. And the progression we've seen in the past 18 months in save has been unreal. We're now definitely one of the top 3 or 4 sides in the Championship, and I'd say that, well, I'll go as far as to say when we get promoted this season, next year we'll be challenging for a top half finish in the Prem, I think, with the quality we've got in this side, or in the squad at least. But on this occasion, these rotation players, not quite up to scratch against another side that are actually pretty damn decent in West Brom. We're certainly going to need a big second half. I might have to call on a couple of those first team players just to get us through if we can. But it would make it a very busy January if we do make it through this tie. So I wouldn't be too heartbroken to go out at the quarter-final stage. Although having made it this far, maybe we want to take it seriously and try and see if we can't win this game. European football in our first year in the Premier League after a Carabao Cup win would be pretty remarkable and probably very difficult to deal with squad depth-wise. Out to Andrew again. Life certainly is never dull in the Championship. You're right there, Derek Ray. Come on, Dave, make me a run. Good run. Dave Gunn. Can he get there? Yeah. Can he finish? Oh, no, he can't. Oh, Dave Gunn. Wow. Very nearly. Oh. Would it be too much of a pun to say Gunn fired that off the post? Gunn rifled that against the post? He certainly did. Very nearly an equalising goal for us here. Carroll into Cordova. Honeyman's going to have to get stuck in. Does so. Comes away with the ball, but the referee says no, foul. Right. Well, no comma foul, rather than no foul, which I hoped he was going to say. Cordova to wind up. It's dipping, but it dipped enough. It just wasn't actually aimed between the sticks, unfortunately, for West Brom there. A second goal now, and that would be us done and dusted in this competition. In the battle of the 2 remaining Championship sides, to be the sole representative from our division in the Carabao Cup for the remainder of the season, it looks like it's the away side. They're going to get the chance to continue on. Oh, Branner did well to win that header. He didn't win that header. It was Greg Doherty, and it's going to be a goal kick. 20 minutes to go. And Keogh with the throw. It's gone all the way back to the defence, but they will build from the back, working it out nicely. Oh, I nearly got there. I so very nearly got there with Keane Lewis-Potter. We did get there with McLaughlin. And Adelican will look for James Scott. Charlie Barnett will keep that run going. It's aimed towards Adelican, though. He's trying to play it into the channel to ensure that it went to Charlie Barnett's right foot. And it read it as a pass all the way to the right. That's frustrating. It's going to be a good 1-2 here if he plays it. No, he didn't take the opportunity to. Carroll feeling that he can do it all himself. They are trying to deny him that, but so far he is doing it all himself here, Carroll. And Field could break into the box. Don't foul him. I dangled a leg there. And again, Field doing brilliantly. George, oh, George, no. Oh, I nearly took my own keeper out there with a slide to try and block the shot, but George Long doing well enough. Come on, power past Menkeo if you can, please, Keane. We turn inside. Oh, but not beating the defender. 5 minutes to go. And yeah, that equaliser's not coming, is it? It's not coming. We're going to be going out of the Carabao Cup at the quarter-final stage. It's a valiant effort in this competition this year. But we'll be going into the FA Cup in January. So we have the opportunity to challenge in another cup competition unless we can score on this move. And you never know. James Scott has support arriving. Couldn't get the turn in to find Honeyman. Yeah, that's game over. Never mind. Quarterfinals of this cup competition will go again in the FA Cup in January next month. But we've still 4 championship games to be played in the month of December. And they'll be played in tomorrow's episode. We got victories in most of our league games today. Unfortunately, the one game that I was most desperate to win against Brighton was the one that we lost. But West Brom will either win 1-0 or 2-0 here as Rob Holding comes on for Carroll. Holding played the league game against us. And Carlin Grant could have a shot here from the edge of the box and fires it wide. But there's the final whistle. It's West Brom to go through to the next round, to the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. We are out. That 11 had, or those players, that group of players had the opportunity in every round of the Cup so far and had gotten us through in every round of the Cup so far. It's just typical that when I take control of them, I can't do it. James Scott has completed his role. Oh, Jack Barr's on his way back, which is good news. James Scott has completed his training as a complete striker. He's now 73 rated. It's going to take, actually, it's only going to take him 29 weeks to get to a target man, so we might as well try and train him a little bit more if we can. And we end the episode, well, where we were before we went into that West Brom game, because no more league games have been played. Tomorrow we have Forest, Bristol City, Stoke and Brentford before, well, what at the minute is a quiet-ish January, although there is an FA Cup game to be drawn in there, and it may well be drawn on this Saturday, and we might have 5 games tomorrow. We'll wait and see how the fixture list gets drawn, but for now, that's going to be it for today's episode. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Please do continue to show your support on the save, and of course, drop the video a like if you enjoyed and subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you don't miss out on any more. Hit that notification bell and you'll never miss an upload because you'll get notified every single time one goes live. 3 PM during the week, 12 PM at weekends, and I'll see you Tuesday.